Paris, July 7th, 2025. Behind the cacophony of camera flashes, the swish of the Parisian summer breeze hitting Avenue Montaigne, and the clink of the shoes of celebrities crossing the red carpet, an unexpected moment takes center stage. Just now, exactly 8 minutes ago, something happened. A silent signal, a meaningful look. Park Bogum, a famous South Korean actor and close friend of Kim Taehyung aka BTS, seemed to want something from the superstar at the Celine Paris fashion show. But what? Why are his eyes so focused on Taehyung? Why does his face look like he's holding back hope? This story cannot be underestimated as just a trivial gesture between two best friends. No, not this time. Because the atmosphere is different. And this time, on the glamorous stage that Celine prepared for the summer 2025 season, the relationship of the two stars conveys something that goes far beyond the fashion show itself. It is common knowledge that Paris is a place that means a lot to Taehyung and Park Bogum. Both had attended the Celine show in 2022 and made the fashion world uproar. Now, 3 years later, both are back, more mature, more confident, and carrying an undeniable aura. This time they were not kidding. Since getting out of the elegant black car that took them to the venue of the event, crowds of fans and journalists have been waiting with bated breath. The fashion editors of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, to Elle even prepared a special coverage just for them. As soon as they stepped on the white carpet prepared by Celine, Taehyung and Park Bogum immediately became the center of attention. They wore exclusive outfits from Celine Summer 2025 pre-release collection. Park Bogum in a classic satin black suit, while Taehyung appeared in an ivory white long coat that made him look like a prince from a French novel. But the most striking thing is not their clothes, but the way they look at each other. Witnesses from various media outlets said that Bogum was seen glancing at Taehyung several times with unusual eyes. It's not like a normal look at a formal event. There's a sense in it. And finally, in a moment 8 minutes ago that has now gone viral on X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok, Bogum did something surprising. In a short video taken by a fashion journalist from the Korea Herald, Park Bogum was seen approaching Taehyung, who is surrounded by cameras. Taehyung laughs as he answers a light question from the MC of the fashion show. But as soon as Bogum appeared behind him, the mood changed. Bogum patted Taehyung's shoulder gently. Taehyung turned his head, and his trademark warm smile appeared. Then, Bogum thrust something. A small black box, looking like Celine's gift box, was given directly into Taehyung's hands. Taehyung looked surprised, but still accepted it. His lips said something, softly, almost inaudible, but the camera caught her whisper. "This is now? Here?" And Bogum just nodded, with a mysterious smile on his face. This gesture left the journalists and fans speechless. What exactly is in that box? Why is it given in the middle of a fashion show? And why did Taehyung's expression turn soft yet nervous after receiving it? Within minutes, speculation flooded social media. The fans began to make theories. Some say that the contents of the box were jewelry, perhaps rings or necklaces with the initials of their names. Others have suggested that it was a personal letter, perhaps a special invitation from Bogum for an upcoming project. But the most interesting theory came from fans of Taehyung and Bogum v. Shipper. They believe that this moment is the code of something deeper. Park Bogum's request to Taehyung, either to appear together in a new project, or even a desire for more than just best friends. The hashtag #WhatBogumWantsFromV is trending across the country. Not a few also discussed Taehyung's facial expression after receiving the gift. His face looked serious, then smiled again, then lowered his head for a while before the two of them stepped into the VIP guest seats of the event. The public has long witnessed the proximity of Taehyung and Park Bogum. They first appeared together publicly in 2016 while watching a Big Bang concert. From that moment on, their friendship developed in silence. Rarely seen together, but when they appear, the world seems to stop. The two often support each other behind the scenes. Taehyung once sent a coffee truck to the Bogum filming location. Bogum was also present at BTS concerts several times secretly, even being caught on camera shedding tears when Taehyung performed the song, Singularity. Now, this Paris moment is the culmination of all that. 8 minutes ago, the world witnessed something more than fashion. The world is witnessing a taste that cannot be expressed in words. Some of the celebrity guests present at the Celine Summer Show also appeared to be aware of the moment. French actress Léa Seydoux, who sits just 2 seats away from them, is seen watching Bogum and Taehyung's interaction closely. In a post-show interview, he said, "There was something very sincere and sweet between them. I do not know if it was love or a very deep friendship, but it definitely felt warm." Vogue Korea editor Han Yojin wrote on his personal blog, "The moment Park Bogum handed the box to Taehyung was the most human thing in this glamorous event. It reminds us that behind all the labels and cameras, they are two young men who are going through life with open hearts." After that interaction, the two returned to their VIP seats. But throughout the show, Taehyung seemed to occasionally open the small box and stare at its contents. He didn't show it to anyone. He only occasionally looked at Bogum, and Bogum would smile, as if answering without a word. One of Celine's staff sitting nearby said that even Hedy Slimane, Celine's creative director, had glanced at the two. "It looks like Hedy is looking for new inspiration," he said with a laugh. "Perhaps the next collection will be inspired by their silent stories." As of the time this article was written, neither Park Bogum nor Kim Taehyung have provided any clarification on that moment. The black box remains a mystery. But maybe it doesn't need an explanation. Because oftentimes, what they do is quite the story itself. 8 minutes ago, the world briefly changed, from the world of fashion to the world of taste. Paris is not only watching fashion shows. He witnessed the relationship of two people who in silence conveyed something unspoken. And in a world that is always looking for words, perhaps that silence is even stronger than thousands of official statements. What did Park Bogum really want from Taehyung 8 minutes ago? Perhaps the answer is only those who know. But for those of us who watch from afar, from the screen, from pieces of video, from fragments of gestures and expressions, we can only guess and feel the vibrations of his emotions. Maybe what Bogum wants isn't things. Maybe it's just a request to stay together, to not change, to keep their warmth despite the changing world. Or perhaps it was the beginning of a new chapter. One that would take them, and all of us, into an even deeper story. Paris was a witness. The world fell silent. And that 8-minute moment has changed everything. Celine Paris Fashion Show is not just about pieces of fabric, runway models, and celebrities dressed in haute couture. For Taehyung and Park Bogum, the event seems to have become more than that, a kind of place where time stops, open spaces, and personal messages can be tucked in between the crowd. Even after the official event ended, as guests began to leave the venue, cameras were still hunting down where their steps were headed. Taehyung and Park Bogum don't go home right away. They were seen standing briefly in the hallway beside the room, talking briefly, just the two of them. No cameras, no crowds. Just two best friends, or maybe more than that, who are taking care of something they have been taking care of for a long time.